Debemos de retomar la niña, señoras. Martín, no, Martín, ¿qué pasó ahí, Ben? ¿Qué pasó con ese triángulo amoroso?
And she always out and about, or she in traffic, or niggas jumping her DM all the time and try to holler at her. That should never anger you. That should never make you mad. Unless you know the nigga. But if you don't know the nigga, you should never get mad at that, because if you got a woman that's worth or look like anything, that's part of the game. Niggas being 2D DM all the time, shooting they motherfucking shot. I don't get mad. They talk shit about me, Gilly Ugly. You could do better than him. I give you this and that. I don't get mad. I let them niggas shoot their shot, because I know you can't score unless you shoot your shot. But it's up to Tootie to block them motherfucking shots. You hear me? It's up to Tootie to not let a nigga get a layup, score a 3-pointer, and she damn sure better not let a nigga slam dunk. You hear me? She better be defensive player of the year of every year. You know why, Tootie? Because if a nigga make a basket, I'ma put you in the casket. Right.
That right there, you don't see that?
Oh, shit. Is it a pile of clothes?
No, it ain't shit there when you cut the light on, see? It ain't no clothes
Okay,
there.
problem solved. Keep the light on. Let's go get these hoes. This nigga cut the light.
Hey, who you with, Carl?
Why do we care, bro?
You got 48 seconds before I start busting.
Why would you choose that number, bro? 48 don't scare nobody.
I'm trying to intimidate this nigga.
Did you just say intimate date this nigga?
Shut your ass up.
You either need to work on your vocabulary or get a grinder profile.
Shut up, I'm trying to get rid of this nigga.
What the intimate
hey,
date?
You got several seconds left, nigga.
Bro, we know how to get rid of them. Just cut the light on, nigga.
It's not gonna work, bro.
We are high. We just seeing shit. Cut the light on, nigga, to go away.
You promise?
Do I what?
A real nigga scared, bro. Just promise me.
What kind of bitch ass nigga? I promise, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Oh,
and whatever happens, I want you to know. Oh shit, that was Jerry from upstairs.
Yo, it's your favorite celestial being in the flesh. My name is Earth Wind, and this here is Be Greater Podcast, man. First and foremost, salute and gratitude for y'all tuning in with me. This is a place where I get the unmitigated reins to give my uneducated opinion, right? Disclaimer, right? All advice ain't good advice. So with that being said, man, put your trays back in the upright position, right? I hope y'all like the intro. I like to paint a picture. I know y'all see the thumbnail. A man going through some trials and tribulations in his relationship, right? So before we even get there, I like to build up. I like to drop content. So let me say less. I feel like I've been talking too much already. Man, let's get to the content, right? Come on. Like and subscribe, please.
What's the highest form of value? Everybody said money. I was like, money's important. I was like, it's not even your top 5, though. It's like, what? I was like, no, it's not your top 5. I said, if I say I give you $1 million a day, but you got to die tomorrow, which one you want? I say, so time more than money. If I say I give you $1 million a day, but you got to be sick for the rest of your life, you want it? So health is more than money. Well, if I say I give you $1 million a day and your mama got to die tomorrow, you want it? No. So relationships are more than money. So finances is not the highest form of compensation. Fulfillment is. And if you can get fulfilled on the outside, it becomes easier to get money on the fulfilled on the inside. It becomes easier to get money on the outside because you're not chasing the bag, you're chasing purpose. And when you catch purpose, you get the bag.
Listen, right? And it's so simple, right? Time, health, relationships, life, you, right? Things are more important than money. Right? People spend so much of their time and their energy chasing after this dollar. This is imaginary man-made concept that we all agree and to partake upon. They give it this fake dead tree value, right? Whatever. We're not even here to talk about that, right? But purpose. Find your purpose, right? What fulfills you? Whether you're a woman and your fulfillment is being a house mother raising kids, or whether you're a man, your fulfillment is providing for your housewife and your family, right? Everything needs to be genuine. Everything needs to be logically thought out, right? Humbly speaking, right? Don't put yourself in a situation with the wrong people because your purpose is this, but this piece, this checkerboard piece, this puzzle piece does not fit in your life equation. You're just trying to, you know what I mean? Some people purposes is to be a banker, right? To be a billionaire. Somebody else purpose is to be a waitress, right? It don't make no sense, but it's just what it is. Everybody cannot be a chief. Everybody cannot be a billionaire. We all are wealthy spiritually, right? But that's a whole other conversation I don't want to get off, right? But I'm trying to paint pictures, right? I got a couple more videos before we get to the thumbnail, but y'all gonna understand my logic and train of thought as we go down this little breadcrumb path, right? So let me say less and let me get to the next video, right?
The idea is if you are in a relationship or a situation with somebody where you have to tell them how to do their part or how to play their position or how to operate within their role, you need to go find someone else that already matches the standard that you are looking for because you're dating down. And I'm not just talking dating down based on, oh, they're in a lower tax bracket. I'm saying as far as your mental space, management skills of self, life skills, the person is not there all the way where you're at. You're having to tell them what to do.
Listen, dating down spiritually, energy-wise is way more devastating than dating down financially wise, right? Because you could be the richest man on earth and marry the poorest woman on earth. And spiritually, energy, y'all vibrating on the same path. You ain't literally have nothing to worry about, right? When you start dating down in the fact of, I gotta explain to you just how to be a lady. You have to explain to me on how to be a man, right? So we coming from a humble, mature aspect. We ain't talking about no city girl lifestyle. I need you buy me Birkin. I mean, realistically, humbly speaking, if you got to explain to me, like, listen, a man is supposed to take out the garbage. A man is supposed to walk on the street side when we walking down the streets. A man is supposed to open the door, right? A man is supposed to make a woman feel safe. A woman shouldn't be extra combative. A woman should be a man's piece, right? If I got to explain to you the simple things of what I feel like a woman should be, I'm already doing too much. I'm just going to look around, right? And ladies, y'all should do the same thing because I feel like women are way more inclined to date on potential, right? It's a lot of women that have dated a man for 10 years and be like, his folks just act like this, he'll be perfect. But for 10 years, he has just been the consistent same person that he's always shown you to be, and you don't want to accept it, right? I got a simple question I ask everybody that's in relationships that's having problems, right? That's having problems. I say simply, right? The person that you're dealing with, whether male or female, if the things you love about him stay the same, if the things you hate about him stay the same, right? His work ethic stay the same, right? The way they make love to you stay the same. Their personality stay the same. Their attitude stay the same. The pros stay the same. The cons stay the same. Literally nothing about the person that you're dealing with right now changes. Can you deal with that for the next 30 years? Or are you already on a time limit before you get burnt out? And if you are, maybe you need to move around, right? But listen, like I always say, disclaimer, uneducated opinion on advice ain't good advice, but I'm just saying. I feel like I'm pretty logical, but let me say less and get to the next video, right? That's what we finna do.
I think a lot of people are in very toxic, bad relationship, and they're in it for whatever reason. They're comfortable. It's hard to break up with somebody. You don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. I mean, I've been in relationships before where I knew that it was the wrong relationship. I knew I wasn't going to end up with this person, but I stayed. Why did I stay? And that's the question I think you've got to ask yourself. If you're a man, you know if this person is somebody that you're going to kick it with long term, and you know if it's somebody that is not. If it's not, why are you wasting time? You're wasting her time. You're wasting your time. Do the hard thing. Pull the Band-Aid off and say, you know what, I got to do what's right for me. So you're never going to find that person that is your rock, that is amazing, until you're willing to do the hard work, acknowledging it's not the right person.
Hey, listen, right? A wise man once told me, man, don't let your girlfriend be the reason why you don't meet your wife, right? Because sometimes people be in relationships with people that they already know what time it is, right? It ain't going nowhere. It ain't finna be nothing. You tolerating it because the sex is good, everything else is trash. Whatever, right? Like you just said, pull the Band-Aid off, right? If you step on, if you got a splinter in your foot and you're going out your way to not walk because you don't want to put pain on your foot. At some point in time in your life, you got to pull the splinter out. The pain and agony for 30 seconds, you know what I'm saying, is worth it to be able to walk again normally, right? That's all I'm going to say, because that video was similar to the last one, but I'm trying to paint a picture. I hope y'all following the breadcrumbs. Let me say less. Let me get to the next video, then we're going to get to the thumbnail.
When you date down, you f up. You mess up your happiness. You fuck up your blessings. You fumble your bag. When you are dating somebody you know don't meet your standards, you are fucking up your heart in the process. Every time you settle, don't you end up losing? Don't you end up shattering pieces of your heart? Don't you end up feeling less about yourself? Don't you end up fumbling the bag with a man that actually was ready? Every time you settle. And the fucked up part about it is getting your heart broke by anybody sucks. But don't it suck more when you get your heart broke by a motherfucker you knew from the beginning was not up to par? You letting Jerome that work at Alabama Fish and Chicken cheat on you? You better than subpar treatment. You're better than somebody that I just ain't ready yet. I just in between blessings. You're better than somebody that I just got a lot of childhood trauma I ain't dealt with. You're better than somebody, well, my last relationship hurt me so bad, so I don't even know if I can. You better than that. Every time you date down, you are fucking up.
Hey, I couldn't have said it no better, right? Women have a tendency to date up, men have a tendency to date down, but even with that being said, people still mess up because they might date up financially, but not spiritually, energy-wise, right? You're putting yourself in a worse situation, better off, right? And then, like he just said, to overextend yourself for somebody, humbly speaking, who is not at your level of adulthood, understanding, interpreting, maturity, and just vision, overextending yourself for that type of person, it's just like the dumbest thing you can do, right? Like, and when you get your heart broken by them, it's even worse because you're like, dang, I did all of this for you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gave an analogy. It's like some relationships is like investing in the stock market, right? You know, put all your life savings into Nike. Nike is going down bad, right? They bankrupt. They laying off employees, they closing stores, but you do not want to withdraw your money from Nike because you feel like you've been dealing with Nike for so long, they go bounce back and you go bankrupt spiritually. Your heart broken, you're sad, you're broken. You know what I mean? Now, woman got to go cry on her friend's shoulder, man go sit in a room, in a dark room by herself and play PlayStation, and it's going to be all bad at the end of the day, right? But listen, uneducated opinions. Like I said, all advice ain't good advice. But with that being said, let's get to the last video of the evening. If y'all have not liked and subscribed by now, man, shame on you, man. So let me say less.
I cheated on my wife 3 years ago. She agreed to forgive me if we opened the marriage, but now I live in agony every day. That was the title. So basically, my wife, 39, found out that I, 41, had been hooking up with a woman I met online who lived 2 hours away. When the woman visited, we checked into a hotel. This went on for 3 months, and we had met a handful of times when my wife called us. She was waiting in the hotel lobby and saw us coming down from the room. She left me the next day. We separated for 8 months, and they were terrible on all of us, especially the kids.
They have kids.
Yeah, they got 3 kids.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife thought that since our sex life wasn't enough for me, and that she was sure I would cheat on her again, we might as well open the marriage.
Okay.
I told her no because I've learned my mistake, but she wouldn't waver. I relented. We decided not to tell each other whenever they slept with somebody. They're not going to say when, where, and with whom. Now, over 2 years later, this is the sad part. We are back to normal on the outside. On the inside, I'm dying a little each day. Every time I see her happy, I wonder if this is just her old bubbly self or if she was thinking of somebody else. She's a very beautiful woman, and I'm sure she has no problems finding men who want her. Whenever she takes a shower after coming home, whenever she rejects my advances, I think that she has been with someone, and that kills me. I have tried to discuss closing the marriage again, but she shuts these attempts very quickly with a divorce court. Before all this happened, we had amazing sex several times a week. But now, we have probably done it 4 or 5 times these past 3 years. She demands I use protection, and she refuses to let me eat her or make her cum in any way. I stopped asking because the sex is painfully bad now. I haven't slept with...
What is that? Whoa, okay.
Painfully
bad?
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay.
I haven't slept with anybody else because the look on my wife's face in that lobby still makes me sick with guilt. I don't know how much I can take. I love my wife and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. Would she ever stop punishing me? Have you ever forgiven a cheating spouse and stopped punishing them? What's going on in her head?
Listen, this is Be Greater Podcast, right? I can tell you all the toxic ways to handle this, but on this new enlightenment path that I'm on, I'm going to try to be greater. First of all, you're not in a relationship. In the relationship that you are in, you accepted to be in it. Point blank, period, right? You messed up. You disturbed the energy, the sanctum of your home, and now your wife is moving a certain way, right? You said y'all only had sex 4 to 5 times in the last 3 years. She does not allow you to give her oral sex. And when you do have sex in that 3 to 5 times in the last 3 years, you have to wear a condom. She refuses to close the relationship, and when you bring the topic up, she speaks upon divorce. Brother, there's nothing else you could do. So either you can keep doing what you've been doing because you only got 2 options, right? You not chose option A, and that's nothing. Sit there, be a little cuck, know that your girl is out there getting tossed up. She's sitting there smiling, good energy in the text messages. You can see her texting. Could you imagine being with somebody for 3 years? You only had some cutty like 2 or 3 times. That's once a year, my G. What's that, your birthday? The only time you get it is on your birthday? You didn't get none on Valentine's Day? If you only had sex, what he said? He said 4 to 5 times in the last 3 years. Valentine's Day, Christmas, birthday, 4th of July should be like a guarantee at a minimum, right? Like she, oh no, so if she give you something on your birthday, what's she doing on Valentine's Day? Like, I'm confused, right? So she hit you with a scenario. I don't even know why you're still there. You probably gonna say you're doing it for the kids. Hey, if you're doing it for the kids, more power to you. But do you not believe that the kids cannot sense the energy draining out of their father? What type of man what type of representative are you showing the kids when you walking around broken and sad and your head in the sand, and the kids can clearly tell who's running a relationship? You are normalizing behaviors how a man should not be, right? Hopefully you don't have a son. And if you have a daughter, your daughter is going to come up knowing that, like, man, I could punish this man and he gonna take it, right? So I don't know. Y'all got kids. The only option is you can literally don't have a wife or get divorced because you don't have a wife. You can't confide in her. She don't confide in you. Y'all not affectionate. Y'all don't have sex. She don't trust you. She brings up divorce. You don't have a wife. At this point in time, you do not have a wife. So what is there to lose? That you have to co-parent and pay child support? I don't know. I don't have them problems, right? I can't relate. But what I would tell you to do, you need to do something that makes you happy, humbly speaking, right? You need to, you are old companionship, but you messed up. So now that companionship that you are owed, it might not be from your wife no more. Shit happens. It sucks. It's sad. 3 years is a long time of like, baby, let's talk. Baby, let's talk. Have y'all been to counseling? 3 years is a long time of holding some resentment, some grudges. Like, I don't know what type of man you are. I done messed up before, but 3 years of attitude? That's crazy. Can't even fathom. But hey, these are all of my uneducated opinions. And like I always say, this is Be Greater Podcast where I get the uneducated brain to give them, right? Disclaimer, all advice is good advice, but y'all know the vibes, though. It's your favorite celestial being. Until next time, man, hit the like and subscribe, and y'all already know the vibe, right? Bring it down. What's up, what's up, what's up? I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in to Be Greater Podcast.